Heaven is real. We have never seen it, but it is 100% real, guys. When you first hear the word heaven, what do you immediately think of? I assume you think of a golden sparkly gates, or you think of clouds and a super bright painless wonderland, right? With nothing but eternal joy, happiness, and freedom from harm, right? What if I told you that you can go to a place exactly like this? And better yet, what if I told you you can bring your loved ones, like your children, to remain in a place like this? This is the heaven of nothingness. It is a state of where you are before you are born, and a state of where you most likely will be after you die. Now, I know this isn't an actual place you can travel to. I know this is not something you can see, witness, or experience. I had to confirm that because some of the idiots like to take it literally and ask dumb shit like, how can you feel good in a place that doesn't exist? How can you say non-existence is good if you've never even existed? They ask dumb shit like that, right? The people that ask me those dumbass questions know exactly what I mean though when I'm describing the state of non-existence. They are just trying to be a smartass and make me sound like I'm stupid when they know exactly what I'm talking about. Now back to what I was talking about. Non-existence is equivalent to heaven. It is impossible to backtrack or acknowledge anything that happened before the time you existed. With that being said, even if someone put you in the worst pain possible before the time you existed, that wouldn't even be possible because you were never even born, nor would it matter because you wouldn't remember it or feel it or be affected by it at all. You can't be nothing and be affected by something. Even if we somehow magically existed before we were born, as dumb as it sounds, if anything happened to us before we existed, it doesn't even matter because as far as we're concerned, it never happened because we don't remember any of it or acknowledge or experienced any of it. The time where you didn't exist is heaven because you cannot be harmed whatsoever. Only in a physical state is where you can be harmed, and that becomes possible the moment we are conceived and developed enough to experience what pain actually is and how bad it feels. In this reality, good things are known as things that give you pleasure, satisfaction, happiness, while bad things are things that make you feel angry, sad, hurt, and upset. Now, the religious view of heaven is, the paradise, the Golden Gates thing, where in most religions, this place is a place where you will have eternal happiness for forever, right? Of course, if this place is real, we all want to go there. We all would want to go there. I believe that the state of non-existence can compete with this place called heaven. Here is a fact. When you do not exist, you cannot feel, think, or see, or witness anything at all. Is this a good thing? No, because you can't feel good about it, because you physically can't feel good about anything if you don't even exist. Is that a bad thing? No, because there's nothing to feel bad about if you can't feel anything bad. With you being in a state where you don't exist and can't feel anything, I like to call this absolute zero. It may seem dumb to make assumptions about a state that I've never been in for you people that want to get extremely technical with me, but ask yourself this. If someone knocked you unconscious and punched you in the chest while you were unconscious, will you ever know that you were punched? Absolutely not, obviously, because you can't feel anything and don't know anything, just like how you would be in a non-existent state. I'm not stating 100% facts about non-existence, but since I do exist right now, and I am human, and can make observations like everyone else about what it is like to exist, I can also make assumptions to what it's like to not exist. It's not that difficult to differentiate the state of being versus the state of not being. Now let's think about things that make me happy. Here is a short list of what makes me happy personally. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys can relate to. Winning in video games, music, watching pornos, being in love, good food, sex, sleeping, and laughing with friends. Now, if all of these things were removed from my life right now, except sleeping because that is inevitable, if all of these things were removed, I would be angry and upset and way more dissatisfied with life than I already am now. This is a bad thing, obviously, because I would have to exist without the things that I liked before. But take note of that word that I just said, before. If there was no before, then it would be impossible for me to be upset about anything at all. If I was never born in the first place, I wouldn't have to worry about anything in life being taken away from me, or me being put in a situation that would make me unhappy, or not having readily access to certain things I enjoy. Also, if I was never born, I would not have any desire for anything. That means not video games, not having a laugh with friends, not watching porn, not good food, nothing. I can't be deprived of something if I don't exist. If you never bring a child into existence, right, it is a good thing. And it is a good thing because they will never ever experience pain. In a heaven, you will never experience nothing but eternal satisfaction. While in the state of non-existence, you experience nothing at all. But there is nothing bad about it at all, which makes non-existence equivalent to so-called heaven. Because in heaven, you will never feel pain. And in the state of non-existence, guess what? You will never feel pain. In heaven, you will always feel pleasure. In the state of non-existence, you will never feel pleasure. But how is that a bad thing if you don't even exist to know what pleasure even is and never will? You will only know what pleasure is once you are brought into this world. But that is not good, because with pleasure in this world and this reality that we live in comes a guaranteed pain along with it. A lot of people also like to mention the possibility that if life was a utopia, then it wouldn't be great, because we need to know what pain is in order to see the value of pleasure. I understand the point of people who think this way, but I kind of view them as sadists, because in a way they think suffering is necessary, and suffering should never ever be necessary to any case nor to anyone's life. And if suffering is so necessary in order to feel pleasure and see the value of pleasure in this world, then why do they bring more humans here in the first place? It's sadism. It's like subconscious sadism, I tell you. Even if the child is rewarded with pleasure after going through pain, who are you to decide for them that it is worth it, that life is worth it, and it is something that they should go through with? Trust me, the majority of people on this earth, the majority of people that I know, do not work at their job week after week just to get their measly little paychecks to pay off their bills, and do it over and over and over again because you think they like it, or you think that they think that it's worth it. No, they only work so much because they need to do it to survive in this cruel world. You can't tell me I'm wrong about that. Your entire life, all you're trying to do is avoid pain. Why do you listen to music all the time? Why do you smoke weed? Why are you always chasing love? Why are you always trying to go on vacation? Why are you always trying to get breaks and days off from work? Why are you always playing video games? Why are you always drinking alcohol? Why are you always trying to go out to eat? Why are you always trying to watch YouTube videos while eating a snack? Why do you try to sleep as much as possible? Why are you constantly looking for something to do? This is all to avoid pain. Literally everyone does this, including myself. Right? But imagine if we didn't have to do this. Since we are alive, we will have to do this for the rest of our lives, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean our children will have to do this. Our potential children, the children that you so-called plan to have in the future. All you have to do is not bring them into this world where they will spend their entire life trying to avoid pain like us. I am pretty sure if they were alive right now, they will appreciate you sparing them. There's no need to go through this living hell, aka Earth, just to have a potential chance to reach heaven. There's no need for any of that when your non-existent child is already in heaven right now as I speak. Thank you for watching.